Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching from around the world. Welcome to Diaspora Spotlight. My name is Ajuma Millicent, and with me here, I have a very important member of the Kenyan diaspora, Christine. She will introduce herself and tell us about where she lives in Kenya and where she does live abroad.
Thank you very much. So as you've heard, my name's Christine Mbae. I come from Meru, and I mostly live in the United Kingdom. I live in Woldingham in Surrey, and in relation to work, basically I work with children. I work in child protection, and I've got a passion for working with children, and that is the reason why in Meru I started an orphanage where we have 48 children living at the orphanage.
When did you move to the United Kingdom, and what do you do in terms of supporting children in the United Kingdom, or apart from the one in Kenya?
Right. So I moved to the United Kingdom a while back. I think it was around in 1998. It's been quite a while. For the children, I work with the children who are undergoing care proceedings. So all the children who maybe the parents have not been able to care for them. So I work as a case progression manager. So that means I only deal with children who are undergoing care proceedings and mainly being removed from the care of their parents. So the name of my organization is called the Eusebia Hope Center. It's called the Eusebia because the name Eusebia is from my late mother. Unfortunately, around 2013, I lost my mom through an accident, and my mom was a midwife, and she used to welcome children a lot to her house after a day's work and cook for them, and then they would go to their homes. So we just thought that let's have a legacy for her, and therefore we started the Eusebia Hope Foundation, and we registered that in Kenya. It's also a registered charity in the United Kingdom where we do the fundraising, and we encourage people to go and see those children. We've got 48 children at the center, and we do encourage people to go and see them every year. But we do a lot of work in the United Kingdom to try and support those children in the village in Egoji.
So how old are these children? And tell me one success story that you've had with maybe one child where you started and how it ended, like a success story with Eusebia.
Okay. So the children age ranges between 6 and 15. We've got a young lady who is about 19 years old, still living at the charity. She's got mental health difficulties, and we still have got her because we don't think she can cope outside in the community, and therefore she's part of us. One success story we've had is a young girl who came to us who had been unfortunately raped by an uncle. And it was a very traumatic event for her because we supported her through the court process. And the way it works in Kenya is not the same way it works in the United Kingdom. So you call a child to meet the perpetrator to give evidence, which, it's almost like re-traumatizing her.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for us, we got a professor from the United Kingdom who offers us training to deal to help us manage children who have had experiences of trauma. And that was one of the cases we really wanted support with because she was having all symptoms of experiencing trauma, bedwetting, even when as she grew up and things like that. And so she grew up, she did really well. She passed her exams, the grade 9s. She's now in secondary school, We are paying for her. She's thriving. She's among the brightest in their classroom. So we are very proud of her. We keep encouraging her to carry on. And we just try to make that home as comfortable as possible. There are so many other stories of the children we've had who have come to us. We've got one as also who is now training to be a carpenter because he felt that he can't cope with education because not everybody is talented in education. And now he's about to finish. And the aim for them is they get something out of the center, then they go back to their communities and be able to support their family and their communities. So they will be able very soon to give back to those to their own communities. The children are mainly, all of them, mainly from Meru. We've got a few Kikuyus, but they're mainly from Meru.
That is a really good initiative, and congratulations to the child.
Yeah.
And I believe that kids are really it's very good to take care of kids because they're really a foundation for the society,
Yes,
how we raise them.
Yeah.
And I also want to know about your organization. How can people help? How can people support your organization, people that are watching?
Yeah. So we keep requiring a lot of donations. For example, we provide everything for those children. So from education, health, clothing, shelter. Sometimes the water runs out. We've got problems with the taps. So we are constantly wondering where are we going to get a huge water tank from, and things like that. We are wondering where we are going to get the bursaries for the children who are now in secondary school because the school fees is very high. I think I keep saying that we are victims of our own success because we push the children. They did very well. We've got 12 in secondary schools. You can imagine school fees for 12 secondary school children. It's a lot. So those are some of the challenges we face, and yet we have to do them because the children, we can't tell them, oh, you need to get out now, we can't afford this. So those are the challenges. So the financial challenges we have, and children who are training in different things. They keep chickens, they keep rabbits, just like a normal home. And yeah, so if you can get financial support for education especially, that would be very, very useful for them.
Can you share where they can support you or how?
Yeah, so our website is eusebiahope.org, and all the details of how they can support us are on the website. And there are also phone numbers on the website where they can call us, both in United Kingdom and also in back home in Egoji.
Okay, and you also mentioned that you take care of kids with mental health issues, and May is Mental Health Month.
Yeah.
So what would be a message for the month of mental health?
Yes, never give up on any child. Everybody deserves a chance. And love them. They require a lot of love. They require a lot of patience. And we've got the example of our very own young lady who is at the center. And it's not only her. We've got a few. And you'll never know the difference because we love them so much. They don't feel as if there's anything different from them. And when they are unwell, we take them to the hospital. We take some to the mental health doctors, like every month, so for checkups. So yeah, it's you just show them a lot of love and have a lot of patience, and everybody deserves a chance to be loved and appreciated. Yeah.
So does your organization have like therapists or people that deal with the mental health specifically?
So we've got someone who trains us so that we are able then to meet the needs of the children. The person lives in the United Kingdom, but she has visited a few times at the center. Her name is Professor Jenny Mahon, and she's really good with the children, and especially training the staff members on how to respond to the mental health of young people and also trauma, and how to behave when the behavioral difficulties become too much. Then the staff are equipped on how to respond to the children.
I just want to know how often are you in and out of Kenya because of the children?
Oh, yeah. I come to Kenya every 3 times a year. I know it's a lot, but I love those children so much. If you see them, they are a joy. So, and I just invite people to go there and see them. The center is at Ugojin near St. Mary's School. Everybody, I think, knows where St. Mary's is. And just go and see those children. They are just amazing young people. So disciplined, it's unbelievable. I keep telling myself, we are so lucky. Because, sometimes in some centers, you have children who are quite challenging, and I keep thinking that we are quite lucky. Another thing we do at the charity is we really try to encourage all the children to be part of their families, so they are not institutionalized. So we encourage them. So on some weekends, they go to their families and help their grandmothers with the tilling of the land, planting, and everything. We've taught them everything. We've taught them how to cook. We've taught them how to. They wash their own clothes. They are really good, and they cook very nice, especially chapatis. They cook very nice food. And although we have a cook, but yeah, weekends are their days for cooking so they can learn and also look after the animals at the center. Yeah. So, and we do encourage them every now and then. The children go back to their families. But some of them don't have immediate families because some of them are orphaned. But we do encourage them to go to any relative so they can spend time with them, so that they get to know their families properly, so that they are not really institutionalized. So our care is almost like community-based care, but while they get everything else from the center, but we do encourage them to go back to their families if they can.
Okay, so why is it important for them not to be institutionalized?
I think for every child, it's important for them to grow up as a part of a community, to have an identity. And the identity we want the children to have is not that of an institution. So we know that they belong somewhere. So sometimes the manager takes a long time to go searching for the relatives of these children, because majority of them have been brought to us by children's services through the courts. So we take a lot of time. We find the relatives. Some of them are in Nyeri or wherever, and we encourage them to visit first, and then the children can go to their families to visit them because of that identity of where they belong. And I think, as the saying goes, that it takes a village to raise a child. So it's important for them to know really where they came from.
And do you often get help from the relatives? Like, do they accept them very easily?
So we've had some of them didn't want to accept them from the beginning, but we've had a lot of conversations. We've had a lot of talk with the relatives, with some of the families which are quite poor, if you like. But I encourage them with whatever you have. Let that child feel that you are part of them. You have brought, maybe like the ones who are going to secondary school, just buy a bus soap for your child so that she knows that this came from home. It's not necessarily from here, so that they can feel a sense of belonging. And also the relative can feel so proud that the success of this child, I also participated in it. So we really try to encourage that, because it informs their identity, who they are. Because I tell them, whatever success they get, they're going back to their families, to their communities to support them. And then in the future, who knows? They're the ones who are going to be supporting our center going forward.
Yeah, that is very important work that you do in terms of helping children at the very early beginnings of their lives. Moving away from that, but not too far away, this Diaspora Week, you have been on a developmental tour in Kenya. What has been your experience of that, and what can you say about that?
I was extremely impressed with the affordable housing scheme and how accessible it is to everyone. I just want to just congratulate the teams who are working on that and making this possible for everybody, not only Kenyans who are living here, but also Kenyans who are living in the diaspora, because sometimes maybe the houses are too expensive and some of us cannot afford to buy them. So that is a very, very eye-opening initiative. I also, the other thing which I do apart from the investments is I've got a huge grassroots thing going on, moving on political a bit, just using the platform I've got.
Yeah.
And I think the movement, the message which is shared from our leaders, getting to our communities, I think that has been a challenge for us, but we have gotten there. And I'll give you an example of SHA, how SHA works. And a lot of people saying, oh, it doesn't work. Yet they haven't tried it. And it took us a lot of time to get people to be registered. And we've got hundreds of people who come to our events, who come to the center to greet the children. And that is how we sensitize people in terms of political movements, if you like, what is happening in the country, so that they are making any decision they make from a point of knowledge.
Final question. As a Kenyan living in the diaspora, would you say that Kenya is moving in the right direction with what you have seen?
Yes, absolutely. I saw the Talanta Stadium. It is an amazing piece of art. I mean, when it's complete in 2 months' time, I think you can't differentiate it from Old Trafford, from the Emirates. It is just remarkable. I loved that very, very much. The road networks are improving. We are moving in the right direction. And so I am quite impressed with how things have been moving forward. This is not the Kenya I left many years ago. Kenya's really changed. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time. Thank you for telling us about the children.
Yeah.
We hope that our listeners will support your organization.
Yeah.
Lastly, just repeat the name of your website and tell us where they can find us and how they can help you.
So the name of the organization is called the Eusebia Hope Foundation, and the website is eusebiahope.org. So EUSEBIA hope.org.
That's it for this episode of the Diaspora Spotlight. I have been your host, Ajuma Millicent, with my amazing guest, Kristen. Thank you.